What's up, guys? I'm back to the channel. Just sitting out here reflecting a little bit. But this is my episode 2 of my getting out of debt challenge. So I got my first check, which was nice, about $1,600. But gross was 22, I believe, and then 16 up the taxes. All the things, my union dues, stuff like that. The only thing they haven't taken out yet is my pension. I haven't signed up for any 401ks, 457s, because I plan to just completely just focus on paying off the debt, and then I'll be getting sometime this year start up my Roth IRA. And then once I'm on pace to max that out, which is about $7,000 a year, if I remember correctly, I plan to then have other brokerage accounts, non-tax brokerage accounts. For the next probably couple years, I probably won't open a 401k, simply because of the investments. So I want to be able to choose my own investments, and then also I do have plans for the money eventually. I want to invest into probably first a business before I invest into a property. And with 401ks, really the only thing you do is take out a loan. In a loan, you can take out 50% of it, up to, I think they said $60,000, something like that. Which, at this point in my life, eventually one day I'll probably do a 401k, especially like before tax, because they're already killing me in tax. Like I said, I got $2,200 and I took home 17 before they started taking out stuff like on my union. So I lost like $100 in union stuff and shit like that, like disability. And there's some more things gonna come out. It's gonna take a couple paychecks for everything to come out. Like I said, they haven't taken out my pension yet, which is a flat 3%. So yeah. But I've been able to pay off one credit card. You guys know I had around $14,000 to $15,000 in credit card debt. About 10 credit cards. We paid off one fully. We have our Apple Card gone. And then, is it a Capital One credit card? That's basically paid off. We got a little bit of money on there. We'll be able to knock that out. And then 7 out of the 10 were all back to current. You guys know I was behind. Dudes were calling my phone, bro. And to be honest, I'm sure I could have did the financial relief maybe because of everything, but yeah, I was behind. And now 7 out of 10 credit cards are current, which is nice. I'm glad. I'm happy. The only things that are not current is Amex, Chase, and I'm forgetting one maybe. I don't know. Oh no, I'm thinking about 8 out of the 10 credit cards are current. It's the Chase, Amex, and then my student loans. I have like $4,000 in student loans. That's not current yet. Both those 3 will be current with my next check. So yeah, it's a nice little progress. We paid off our first card, basically 2 cards at this point, and then we probably, out of the $1,600, I easily spent $700 easily. It's something I should really keep track of. I have those apps that show you like your debt going down. I just haven't really looked at it. And now, granted, it is going to go back up a little bit because of interest on the cards that are not paid off, of course. But yeah, well, that's just an update. What am I doing going forward, right? Truly, coming this Tuesday, today's Monday, I will be taking my CDL rule test. So that's kind of my plan, is that, one, yes, I had to cut out a lot of expenses. I no longer have a car. You guys know I work for transit. So I get a transit pass, basically, so I can ride subways, buses all day for free. So, I had a Honda Accord. It should almost cost me $700, $800 a month between, I had a garage bill, which it is what it is. Glad I no longer have it. Insurance, just like that. Been spending $30 a week to go upstate New York for Amazon. It's like $700, $800. God took me, I no longer have that situation. But so yeah, I'll be taking my CDL road test Wednesday. And I've been trying to take this CDL road test since probably May. So when I first started, let's actually backtrack to February. When you take a lot of these city positions in New York City, you have to take open competitive exams. Basically, in my opinion, it's basically reading comprehension and memorization. That's all it is. And depending on how you score on that test is the list order you'll be called for the job. A lot of times, some of these jobs can take years to call you back. But knowing that transit was really in need for bus drivers, I thought they would call me, just judging off on people who got called back before me, somewhere around 9 to 10 months. So I thought September, which is why I planned my trip. It's also in September. That trip has been planned for a little over a year. So I don't know if it's going to happen now. We're going to see. But as we go into September 1st, today, Monday. So I took that test, and a couple months later, I got my permit, just in case, whenever they call me. I eventually decided, like, yo, I got to do something in between. So I decided to go work for a school bus company. So I basically left Amazon. I was working like a day a week or some shit, and decided to do that all the month of May. That kind of started the financial troubles. I talked about this before. Then I left that because I got called for this job, and then it took me about 2 months to get onto the job. From June, I started training July 27th. Fast forward to September now 3rd, I'll be finally taking my test. So that shows you how long it's been. I've been waiting to kind of take this test. So the first 2 weeks really was 7 to 10 day training. I don't know why they did it like that, but it was like Monday through Wednesday first week, and then Monday, Thursday the next week or some shit. I don't really remember. Even though we worked the entire week, but 7 day, 10 day training, you basically drive for an hour and a half each day. We're 4 people, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours each day. On the 7th day, there's a road test. It's an MTA road test, not a DV road test. So you take that road test, and if you don't pass the 7th day, I just see a bus down there. You take that test, you pass it. Nerve-wracking, really is. Then you go on to your next steps. If you don't, then you retrain at day 8. Day 9, you have a new instructor to test you. If you fail day 9, you go to day 10. That's when you have 2 instructors. If you don't pass day 10, you're fired. I passed day 7. Very happy. My instructor gave me a little leeway. I almost fucked up. But I think he knew that, they gave you a little leeway. They knew, like, all right, you can drive. You're not out here hitting curbs and stuff like that. They want to pass you. But if you're out here wilding, and they'll know, right? Because like I said, you have 7 days of training. And really by day 3, day 4, you notice on, okay, who can at least grasp the fundamentals of driving the bus how we want them to drive. Right? There was one guy who just couldn't get it. I'll talk about that in another video. So after that, I started training at Eastchester Depot for my CDL. I've been there for like 3 fucking weeks waiting for a test. And slowly my classes became smaller. Now there's an entire new class. The class started last week, ended last week, Thursday or Friday. So our class is not even out yet because this is taking forever, bro. But I finally got my road test scheduled for Wednesday, 3rd. So hopefully, if everything goes well, I'm gonna post this video Wednesday. But so hopefully, the next video after this, I'll be talking about I passed my CDL road test. So I'm going for a Class B with passenger endorsement to drive the city buses. There's 3 parts to the road test. There's going to be your pre-trip, which is, in my opinion, the hardest out of the entire road test, right? You're going to have, firstly, your air brakes test, and then inside cab. And then from there, you can do the front of the bus, side of the bus, is all up to him. You're going to do one of the tires, right? So if you're doing the front of the bus, you can do your suspension, your brakes, your tire, of course, and then, of course, your steering components. In the back, you do all of those except your drive shaft, because there's no steering in the back. Right? And then, of course, you have entry components in the back. But usually, if you do really well, like a lot. Like last week, we went last week. All they did was inside cab, of course. Then the front of the bus, and then basically just the front tires. And that was it. They got enough points and they move on. So, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Of course, I'm nervous. You're going to be nervous. If I said I wasn't nervous, I'd be lying. But like I said, I've been here for 3 weeks. And the crazy thing is, when you come on this job, you get a minimum of 4 days. So after the 4th day, you could get scheduled for your road test. So there are people who were. They all passed. And then, of course, as one time went on, more people took it. So the people who are taking it tomorrow, they actually failed. All 5 of them failed. 4 of them failed on the road. 1 failed pre-show. And to be honest, I think they failed because that day there was he was known to pass everybody or something like that. And then so it was him and then 2 supervisors. So I think he was looking for shit to fail. I don't know if they're going to get the same instruction tomorrow. I don't know what instruction I'm going to get Wednesday. So it is what it is. My biggest thing is, one, I don't want to fail because I've been here for 3 fucking weeks, right? There's a whole nother class. You don't want to be that guy like, all right, you failed. Especially when people pass in 4 days, right? But at the very least, I want to get out the yard, right? I want to pass my pre-trip, pass my skills. Skills is straight back parking. Not straight back parking, but straight back, driving straight back. Next one is offset. So basically, instead of going straight back into like a lane, offsetting to the next lane and then go back. And then parallel parking. Only thing for me is offset. There's times I've never really hit cones, things like that. My biggest thing is because how long the bus is. There's times where I kind of just whip it in there. I don't go fast or nothing, but I slowly just, as I get close to that inside cone, I just pivot around it. There's times where I'll drift a little bit, where the back of my bus sometimes breaks. There's like an invisible line. Like there's cones that are in line, basically make lanes. Sometimes it'll break the cone. It won't hit the cone, but it'll break that like invisible wall, and then I'll make it straight and I'll go straight back. I won't hit nothing, but technically it's a fail. But they might be like, alright, he didn't hit nothing. You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure to stay tight. So when you're going straight back, you gotta curve like not a 45-degree angle maybe back to the lane and then go into the next lane straight back. I gotta make sure when that inside cone, I have to stay tight to it, not drift. But yeah, I'm gonna be looking man professional. Like I usually wear so if you wear the short sleeves shirts, it's not my shirt, but you don't have to wear a tie. Wednesday I'm wearing a tie. I'm wearing my long sleeve with the tie, bro. I'm gonna get a little cut, shave up my beard, because you're interviewing. That's what you are. I mean, this person has your career in their hands. Like, of course, you fail, you can take it again, but you want to look the part. You know what I mean? When I go meet them, I'm gonna be like, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, because they got your career in their fucking hands, bro. I'm not trying to be here. And on top of that, right, like I said, I've been here for 3 fucking weeks. Even when I pass Wednesday, for some reason we can't go Thursday to get our what the fuck is it called? To get our licenses. So we have to go Friday. So I'm here the entire week again in fucking East Chelsea. I'll be doing the same shit basically. So I'm ready to leave, and hopefully by Monday when I pass, I'll be going to my depot Monday morning, bright and early, quill. So I'll be driving in Manhattan, which is nice, Now it takes about an hour and change to get to work. Once I start the job, my kid's gonna go down to like 40 minutes. So if I go all the way out to Times Square, it's not bad. Not bad. I like Manhattan. Like I said, I don't have a need for a car now. I travel for free. It's all that money that would have went to a car. I'm going down to pay down my debt and eventually investing heavily. Basically, I cut my check in half. That's basically what I do. So yeah. The only thing about the road test, like actually on the road, you could just get fucked. I'm first, so I'll probably be on the road anywhere between 8 to 9 o'clock. So there shouldn't be too many cars. Construction should just be starting or not yet. I'm just 15 bucks, I'm first. So it's like no time to brush off the jitters. You're gonna be the first man up. You know. And to be honest, I like it like that, bro. Rip off the fucking band-aid, bro. Because either I'm a pass or I'm a fail, bro. But I might as well get this shit out the way, you know. But I'm a pass, though. I'm a pass. And today, I sometimes just say my pre-trip in my head. But really, the only thing, if I get onto the road, there's one term we call the Wilson turn. So basically, you're making a direct 90-degree turn, like right there. It's like you're gonna be in the left lane, you're gonna bust that left, right? Usually, when you make left turns, when you make tight 90-degree turns, right? It's to the right. You're going to the right. You don't usually make a 90-degree turn that's gonna be right here to your bus. You're going left. Right? Usually, you left. You got man space. You know, you gotta, if it's two-way, you gotta pass this way coming traffic to get to that one if you're making it left. So you got man space. This one you have no fucking space. I ain't going. And the problem is, right, it's 4 lanes. 2 lanes are for cars, then there's a divider with cones. And then there's a bus lane with 2 lanes. It'd be way easier to go to the far 2 lanes, down there. No, DMV is like, no, y'all not riding in bus lanes. You gotta make this left with the bus. And it's tight as fuck. Turn a little too early, you're gonna run that curve over. Turn a little too late, you're knocking down cones. Now granted, there's an entire row of cones, basically. Or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't really know what it's called. Good thing is, somebody already knocked 2 of them off, 3 of them off. So that would have made that turn even worse. But still, that's the only turn. I've done it twice so far. First time I cleared it very easy. Second time, I turned to a little early, so of course I had to adjust back, make sure my back tires got around that curve and then turn back. Didn't hit no cones, but I want to do it again tomorrow. And then just continue to go over my pre-trip, boys. So hopefully my next video I'll be talking about I passed my pre-trip. We're officially a CDL driver, man. And we got ourselves officially a career, bro. So, yeah, bro. I mean, hopefully they let me wear my shades, at least for the pre-trip part, bro, because so I can block her out, or block him out, and I can just do my thing, pre-trip the bus, and then of course when I drive, I'll take them off, right? They're not prescription, right? Dudes be anal about it. Those are sunglasses, just at least allow me to wear it when I'm doing my pre-trip. So, because I don't know, when I could act like she's not there, and I can just do how I do it, make me less nervous, hopefully, but we'll see. We'll see, boys. But, bro, I'm glad I'm on this journey. We're also on a little weight loss journey. Lost a lot of weight, kind of gained it back. So the reason why I'm in this white shirt is I'm about to go ride my bike, take a couple calls tonight, and chill tonight. Today's Monday. I didn't have work today. Today is Labor Day. Go back into work tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be on the road, do that turn, continue to do my pre-trip in my head. Look at my sheet right quick. Probably look at it a little bit later today too. And then wake up bright and early. I decided Wednesday I'm going to go to McDonald's, and McDonald's right down the street, get an iced coffee like I always do. Black and sweet like my women. And then I'm gonna do the bagel with the steak. I haven't had it shit in years. So I think I'm gonna do that. And then if I pass Thursday, I come in, I'm gonna do the breakfast. I'm gonna get the little pancakes and shit. I've already decided all in my head how I'm gonna play this. So yeah, man. Hopefully, bro, my next video is I pass my CDL road test, and I am officially, right, a transit worker. The Monday morning, we're gonna be going to our depot doing line training for 20 days. Those 20 days will be with we're gonna be with mentors, right? So guys have been on the job, so they'll probably have good routes, good overtime. So hopefully this next month my checks should be looking pretty good. Only problem is I'm supposed to go to Cuba this month, like in the middle to end of this month, which I'm definitely not going for the full trip. I still want to go for at least like 2 to 3 days, but I really shouldn't, right? Because I don't have no PTO, and then I'm on this debt journey, right? I'm paying off all my credit cards. I shouldn't be paying to go to Cuba and go have fun. I really should be locked the fuck in, and once I'm debt free, I'm out. A year passed, I got PTO, then I should really dip. But I don't know. I'm gonna ask my union rep. If they give me 2 days off, flights are not bad. Flights are like $400 right now. maybe 5 depending on the time. Should be last fucking minute. But yeah, so I hope you guys like these videos, man. This is episode 2 of my debt-free journey. A little recap. Paid off one credit card, almost paid off another. I don't know what my total balance is on credit card debt. I have to look it up. We started with around 14 to 15,000. Already paid off 2 credit cards, and then got pretty much all of them current, except about 2 in my student loans. Hopefully, with my next check, be report 3, everything's current, and then paid off maybe 1 or 2 more credit cards, and we'll slowly begin to knock this bitch down. Right? You guys know my goal. Next year, July, August, we're not gonna just be negative $14,000-$15,000 in net worth because of all my credit cards and shit like that. We're gonna have positive net worth, means $14,000-$15,000 in equity and investments or whatever the fuck I own in a year. All right, that's my goal. I'm getting aggressive with this. I'm taking half my check, and I'm gonna be aggressively paying off these debts, and then eventually paying. I'm not paying, but investing. Firstly in a Roth IRA, then just regular brokerage accounts. I'm not gonna do 401ks or 457s yet. All right. And I'm gonna make a video why I kind of got strong feelings about the 401ks and what's my plan. We will talk about that later. All right. Peace out, y'all.